Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men podcast is reporting that AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery are close to a deal to add a third AEW show to the schedule. Fourth, I guess if you count the All Access reality show that is debuting later this month. Counting that, if you count All Access, that would make 5 hours of weekly television for AEW, right? You got 2 hours of Dynamite, 1 hour of Rampage, 1 hour of All Access, and then 1 hour of this show. Plus, Dark and Dark Elevation on YouTube. The new show would be an hour long, like Rampage, and rumors have been circulating that the show could air at 6 p.m. on Saturdays, very similar to the old WCW Saturday Night Show that used to air at 6:05 on TBS, although Zarian could not confirm that. Right now, that last part is just a rumor. To look at social media every week, when the Dynamite and Rampage ratings come in, you would think that they're about to be canceled and go out of business. And yet Warner Brothers Discovery keeps giving them more hours of television. It's almost as if these people have no idea what they're talking about. With all the talent that Tony Khan has under contract, having an extra hour of television, if it is just a 1 hour show, not a 2 hour show, it's not a bad thing. If he can give people a reason to watch the show. That's not a bad thing. If they really wanted to get people to care about Rampage, it would make more sense to take that extra hour and make Rampage a 2 hour show live on a different night, because 10 to 12 would be a death spot, and they can't go earlier than that because they'll be head-to-head with SmackDown, which is also a death spot for them to be in. You know, a 2 hour live Rampage on Thursdays, I think, would make the most sense. Ring of Honor drops on Thursdays, but it's on Honor Club. I mean, they could drop that any day they want. One thing they do not need to be doing is adding a third hour to Dynamite, which is a terrible idea that should not even be discussed. I don't know that I would watch this new show on Saturdays because I already have my fill of wrestling for the week. I'm good. I really don't need any more wrestling. I mean, as it is, I'm watching 7 hours of WWE every week, 3 hours of AEW, now 2 hours of Ring of Honor. That's not counting pay-per-views. Plus the House of Glory stuff that I do. That's enough wrestling for me. But if there's an audience for the show and people who they just want to consume as much AEW as possible, then it's great. It's great news for you. And it's great news for AEW. Because it is another example of Warner's commitment to the brand. And a healthy AEW is great news for everyone. It is great news for wrestling. Last month, they trademarked the name AEW Collision, specifically for the purposes of using it as the title of a new show. So my guess is that that would be the name of the new show. But they also trademarked All Elite Women last August. Maybe it's the All Women show that Tony Khan has said he wants to do. Even as recently as last week, he said he wants to do the show and he hopes it gets picked up. Maybe it's a studio show, primetime wrestling style, where they pitch it to a handful of matches every week. It could be anything. Andrew says the announcement should come within the next month. Per The Observer, Tony Khan is working on signing Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks to new long-term contracts well before they become free agents at the end of the year. As he should. Tony Khan should be doing everything he can to keep them. Imagine losing all 4 of your EVPs to WWE. The founding fathers of your promotion. Omega especially, he should be trying to lock him down right now. You know, what a coup for Triple H, though. If Omega becomes a free agent right before the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season, WrestleMania 40. 40 is how old Omega will be come WrestleMania next year. So this next deal he signs, depending on how long it is, could be his last. You never know.